In this video, I'll be showing how you can fix a BNC connector like this one onto a coaxial cable so that it will be used in connecting AHD cameras like this one. So at the end of the day, we want to be able to have something like this. These are BNC connectors that I have fixed onto a coaxial cable. So I would be doing same using this cable that has one end that has not been yet terminated. So that's what we'll be doing in this video. Here are simple tools that I would be using to be able to terminate the cable. This is a cutting ply to use in cutting the cables. I have a star screwdriver to be able to screw out my BNC. I also have a cartridge knife which would be used in stripping the cables. And also there is a combination ply here to be able to firmly tighten parts of the BNC onto the cable. All right, so let's begin with the termination process. I would fix this particular BNC onto the coaxial cable. So what I'll do is to first of all open up the BNC connector. As I open it up, the sleeve here would first be rolled onto the cable. So it goes this way. I would roll it this way so that when we close it up, we'll still be able to use the part that closes onto this sleeve that I removed. So first of all, roll it onto the cable, and this insulation as well needs to also be placed onto the coaxial cable. So I'll also place it onto the cable like this. Now, so we would have to then try to peel the cable and fit into the BNC connector. We would first of all have to measure the distance of the cable, or the point from which we would peel the cable. So when you put it to, or you put the cable onto the BNC connector, you realize that we have up to a point like this. That is from the base of the connectors in the BNC to a point somewhere like this. So we can mark that point, and with the help of the cartridge knife, we can try to peel off the insulation. That's the outer insulation on the coaxial cable. I'm trying to peel it up, strike it a little bit, and try to adjust it so that the insulation would come off. So the external braids do not have to be destroyed. These are the external braids. The hair-like conductors are the external braids. They are very important. And then also, so we can put the external braids together, that is twisting them together into one. And then the aluminum foil here, we can cut it out. We can cut out the aluminum foil. So I can use my cutting ply to cut it out. And so we are left with this. This is what we are left with. And so we would have to measure again. What I want to do is to try to see which part of the central core. The central core is hidden in this whitish insulation. So I want to know which part of the central core I want to remove. So I would mark it up again, and then look at the point at which it enters into this part. The central core will be entering into this part that has the screw. So when I measure up, I will try to cut off this whitish insulation from a point like this. I'll try to mark it out. I'll try to mark it out so I can try to peel it up again, have it peeled. So we have the central core now, and then the external braid is also here. So what we'll be doing is that we'll be trying to slip the central core into that point that has the star screw, and so this is how it's going to be fitted. So I will just try to cut a bit of the central core so that it can sit very well into the BNC connector. So with my star screwdriver, I will loosen the screw here, try to loosen it so I can tighten the central core in that point where the screw is. So it goes this way. Once there is space in there, I'll then put in the conductor. But because the external braid will also be sitting in this jacket, it needs to be opened. So I will use my combination ply to open it up so that the external braid can also sit into it. So this is how it will be. The central core will go into the point where the screw has been opened, whilst the external braid will be locked into the outer sleeve there. So as I place it, I can then press this one, the external one, to close on that. I'll be using the cutting ply to tighten it anyway, but we can lock up the central core of the conductor, try to tighten it up. Once it gets tightened, we would also try to press the external braid on the conductor. The excess conductor there can be cut off so that it doesn't it doesn't create any short circuit in there. So I'll cut off the excess external braid. Once that is done, so I'll gently roll it over and make sure that the screw also enters. You can see the screw point here has entered, and then it has covered the central core. So in effect, when we roll over this sleeve, it cannot touch the central core because this sleeve is meant to touch the external braid. So once this insulation that we have rolled over has covered the central core, or the screw holding the central core, even if this sleeve here touches the rubber, we will not have a contact established between the external braid and the central core at the middle. So once we are done with that, we'll just try to then tighten up the whole assembly. And so when we do this, then it means that our coaxial cable termination is done. So this is ready to be used for your AHD CCTV camera installation. This is how it goes. It's actually the video part of the AHD installation. So all you have to do is to try and lock it up into your camera and get it twisted. So you have successfully prepared your BNC connector for connecting your AHD CCTV camera. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you find value in this video, please subscribe to the channel and also turn on the notification so you can always be notified anytime we come up with new videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.